There have been 62 major winners from 14 countries across 19 majors. But actually winning a major, how hard can it be? Let's find out. Since the first Valve-sanctioned major was announced for DreamHack Winter 2013, it's safe to say a lot has changed in the world of Counter-Strike, and I mean a lot. Viewership has skyrocketed from 146,000 to 2.7 million. The player base has multiplied by almost 20 times to a 1.8 million peak. But the game at its core has stayed the same old Counter-Strike that we know and love. So, how do you win one of these majors? Step 1. Qualify. The means of qualifying for a major has evolved over the last 11 years. Today, we have 2 weeks, 24 teams, 3 stages, and RMRs that determine all participants, but it hasn't always been this way. The first ever CSGO major at DreamHack Winter 2013 had 16 teams competing over just 3 days to claim the title. That's right, set up, win 8 maps, take home the major. Of the 16 teams, 6 spots were allocated to tournament winners and top placing teams that year, 6 teams were invited, 2 were from online qualifier spots, and the last 2 were given to the Bring Your Own PC tournament before the main event in Jönköping, Sweden. You could bring your own PC to the event and qualify for the major. Sponge made an appearance all the way from Australia. Paid for it themselves too. We won't talk about the results. The next 3 majors added automatic qualification for the top 8 from the previous major, known as Legends. The main qualifier was created in 2015, with minors added in 2016. 2018 saw Valve merge the major and main qualifier to create the Challenger stage. Today, we know it as the opening stage. That expanded the major from 16 to 24 teams. But not everybody was happy. In 2020, we got a new expansion with the RMRs, making the major not just one event, but a whole circuit, with one big change: no more Legends invites. Since the introduction of the RMRs back in 2020, the amount of maps and rounds played have more than doubled on average for every major winner. The shortest run to a major win was Fnatic in Cologne in 2015, playing 219 rounds and 9 maps. The longest run, though, will certainly never be beaten. Due to the cancellation of the Rio Major in 2020, Navi's road to lifting the Stockholm Major in 2021 took 18 months. They played a whopping 2,669 rounds of Counter-Strike across 99 maps. Step 2. Have a star. Olof, Coldzera, Device, Simple, Zywoo to name a few major MVPs. These are players who have not only dominated at majors, but through entire seasons of Counter-Strike, dropping highlight after highlight and carrying the team on their shoulders. You'll probably need one of those to win a major. Well, yes, the stats are hard to ignore. Having a player like Simple drop a 1.47 HLTV rating, the highest major MVP rating of all time at the Stockholm Major, definitely helps. 17 out of 19 times, the best player on the winning team has taken the MVP title. It's so important to be a top performer that there's only ever been one time where the MVP was not among the top 10 rated players. That was Freiburg for NIP at Cologne in 2014 with a 1.14 rating. The lowest rating of any major MVP by a long way. The impact of a single star cannot be taken for granted. Just look at these 4 names and their ratings in majors. 8 major wins and 6 MVP medals. Granted, most of those belong to Device. So yes, get yourself a star player. But to be sure you're in with a better shot of winning a major, you need a team of 1 or 2 others putting up strong numbers and having impact to support that star. In 16 of 19 majors, the MVP had at least 1 more top 10 rated player helping them lead the charge. In over half the majors played, 3 or more players from the winning team have been amongst the top 10 rated players of the tournament. For 3 of those majors, the winning team had a whopping 4 players in the top 10. More often than not, 1 elite performer is not enough. Step 3. Be the favorite. If you want to win a major, surely being one of the favorites puts you in good stead. It certainly helps on paper. Over half the majors have been won by the favorites in the lead-up. The Fnatic back-to-back major wins in 2015 and Astralis' three-peat throughout 2018 and 19 helped see to that. In recent times, only one of the last 7 majors has been won by an outsider, and well, that was Outsiders at the Rio Major in 2022. Compare that to the beginning of CSGO, where the first 3 majors were not won by one of the favorites. Step 4. Be lucky. Throughout all the majors, it's nearly impossible to calculate all the variables that have helped or hindered teams on their path to glory. Whether that's the introduction of a 7-map competitive pool nearly 1 month before the major started, game-breaking bugs and boosts that required intervention, meta changes that were exploited effectively, or an iconic jumping no-scope that inspires a monumental comeback.
Right now, how does he do this?
With a little bit of luck. Step 5. Take your place in history. Congratulations! You are now a major winner, immortalized in Counter-Strike history. It's been easier in recent times to predict a major winner, but the path to the trophy is more grueling than ever, and for that, you deserve every ounce of credit you will get. Whether it was a fluke, a part of an era, or the final missing piece in the trophy cabinet, no one can take it away.